Beautiful people, welcome back again to another video. If you are new in this channel, you are highly welcome. Join our family to hit that red button down below on the bell notification icon, so whenever we have a new video in this same channel, you will get notified. And thank you so much for chilling in. I love you all. My people, I bring una another video today. This particular video, I'm not going to talk too much for inside. I just want to make una listen to this man. Waiting in the talk for this video, I will leave you all to listen to him. But only waiting me one talk for this thing they say. If you say Biafra, agare enwisi, Biafra enwisi. I will leave una to watch the video. For people who no understand what I talk, as anybody who talk say Biafra no go ahead, that person go bring it head. We go put an he go can't get head. My people, make una just watch the video. Don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe, and comment down below. God bless you all.
Once again, I'm here. My name is Emeka Livingstone, and I'm here to discuss an observation I had recently, and we need to put things in the right perspective. I had to make this broadcast now because our able leader was broadcasting earlier on, so we just have to finish listening to him, then we can now continue, because the time of my broadcast usually tallies when he's broadcasting, so I had to step down for us listening to him. I just finished in the church. That's what I do when I finish service preaching in the church. I come out and talk on issues that pertains to Biafrans and other people who are looking for freedom. I listened to Delo Momodu of Ovation magazine, and he was talking about Buhari, the Nigerian situation. And I saw people sending notes. God bless you, this talk, you are our leader or whatever, brother, you're saying something. I don't fault what Dele Momodu said. I'm not faulting it. But the point is, you, Ndibo, Biafrans, you should use your senses. Be able to filter when somebody is talking and know the direction is going. If any man is making any comment about Nigeria being one, or trying to bring Nigeria together again, or trying to fix things that are going on in Nigeria, that person does not have the interest of the Biafran people in his heart. Because we have been in Nigeria for years. They did not suffer what we suffered. They did not. Look, let me put your mind back. Because even within the Christian faith, you have people who are not grounded in the faith. They just keep following men of God. Because you didn't know the fundamentals, the rudiments of the Christian faith about being repentance from dead works, faith towards God, laying on of hands, baptisms, and eternal life. You just jump into Christian faith, you got born again, the pastor begins to preach to you from a very high dimension. You carry it on like that, you are a man of God. You have no foundation, nothing. Therefore, when they bring different types of teachings and begin to tell you things, that's why Paul said in the book of Galatians that there are people who trouble you with another gospel, which is not another. They preach Christ, but they introduce things that are contrary to Christ. And it is only when you are in the flow that you'll be able to discern and know the one that is really talking in respect to the price Jesus paid on the cross of Calvary. And that thing is happening now with Nnamdi Kanu as he's teaching. When any man comes up and begins to tell you of one Nigeria, he doesn't believe in the Biafran cause. I want to take your mind back. After Ojukwu and Gowon had spoken in Aburi, General Ankara, who was the most senior military officer within the West African sub-region then, mediated on that discussion. He supervised it. They had an agreement. I have a lot to say today. Even in well, I'm very, very angry. So I need you put your mind. You people should listen to Nnamdi Kanu. Try to understand that mindset. Try to understand what you understand. Try to look beyond you want to fight. Look at what that man is saying. He's making sense. And once you understand what he's saying, You'll be able to know when somebody is at variance with what Nnamdi Kanu is saying, no matter how subtle his language is. When they came back to Nigeria, the agreement, understanding was Gowon should go back as soon as he gets to Nigeria, announce their Buri Accord. Ojukwu gave him time and told him that if we come to Nigeria, I will be the first person to nominate you to be the head of state and commander-in-chief of armed forces. Ojukwu told him that. It's on record. But when Gowon came, people that stood against that thing, when they heard from him, discouraged him. And I've mentioned to you their names. Among them also was Chief Obafemi Awolowo. He teamed up. Remember, it was Ojukwu who released him from Calabar prison. And they had an understanding that as soon as he is released, he will go and form a Oduduwa Republic. Well, Ojukwu formed Biafra. Because we were being bombarded, we were being killed to protect our people. But when he left, he did not go to Ikene. No. He rather went to Lagos and became advisor to the federal government. And that was why, when you hear during the war, before this Awolowo thing came, during the war, when Awolowo had convinced Gowon not to carry on with their Buri Accord, because it was because Gowon wasted time in making his declaration, and Ojukwu saw that there was conspiracy. He came out and made the IRA declaration. Remember, Biafrans were being killed in the pogrom. That is a hero for me. That's a man I respect. And the Igbos used to sing this song. Ojukwu beze Biafra, Ekuriana Buri, Awolowo nwanne Yakubu Gowon, Mary Biafra. Maybe people don't even understand what's going on. Awolowo teamed up with Gowon from the Middle Belt to advance the cause of the Fulanis to fight the Igbos. The former Oba of Benin was part of that conspiracy that misadvised Gowon, who was a very senior servant in civil service, not to agree to the Buri Accord. They had agreed. Ojukwu said he never mentioned confederation. He was talking about regional restructuring. So we understood from that time onward, listening to me, when Ojukwu was, when he left, when we lost the war, he flew through with the, I think that name of that plane is the Grey Ghost or something, that flew to Yamoussoukro. He went and met Humford Boigny because Cote d'Ivoire supported Biafra during the war. The other one was Ethiopia, I think Tanzania, and one other country, Israel. But they didn't have enough strength to defend Biafra materially or militarily. So when Ojukwu flew into Ivory Coast, if he wanted to sit down and be fed, Humford Boigny was his friend. He would have let him stay in Abidjan, like Obasanjo was feeding Charles Taylor. But no. Ojukwu went and lived in Yamoussoukro. And in Yamoussoukro, where I know all these things because I was a young man then. I've been following the Biafran thing right from childhood. I was 7 years old when the war started. The day Ojukwu addressed the international press, for 70 minutes he held the whole world spellbound, explaining the Biafran issue. I was a small boy. I was listening. And this has been a grief to my soul. What has been done to our people over these years. I only had consolation when I got born again. And that was the only way, the anger that was in me against what was done to the Igbos. I knew I wasn't the person that God was going to raise up to do that. I was waiting for the man that God will raise up after Ojukwu, and God has raised Nnamdi Kanu up. That is why, if you are against Nnamdi Kanu, it makes me feel very bad. If you are an Igbo man against Nnamdi Kanu, it makes me feel very, very bad with you. Because you are sabotaging the chance God has given us. You raise the man. Now, I seem to be digressing because I'm angry. Let me calm down a little bit. I'm very, very annoyed. I have a lot of things to say. Okay. So, when they came back and they misadvised Gowon, Awolowo, let me recall to you again. I'm not saying this thing to raise up bitterness between the Igbos and Yorubas. No, I just want to recall your mind into understanding, especially you Igbo people who are too quick at either condemning somebody or praising him without filtering in or without getting enough historical facts. Listen to Nnamdi Kanu, he's a teacher. He teaches like a professor in university. That's why they call that Biafra a kind of university. It's an institution. Go and listen. Listen to him. Listen to Nnamdi Kanu very well. And let him put sense in your head. So when they misadvised Gowon, he refused to declare. And Ojukwu had to declare the higher declaration. Then he went to Ivory Coast, stayed with Humford Boigny. He went to Yamasokoro. You know what he did? He went and he bought tippers. When they give him contract, those tippers will go and pick sand to supply to construction company. That was how Ojukwu built his resources. If he had wanted to stay in the presidential lodge, he would have stayed, they would have feeding him. But the spirit that the Igbo man is known for, that resilience, that enterprising spirit, did not allow him go and depend on somebody to give him food. Remember, this man is a Cambridge University graduate, of class. He stood down and was doing that business and began to raise money before he came back to Nigeria. So he didn't want to be a burden to Humford Boigny or the people of Ivory Coast. That is the leader. That's his mindset. He doesn't want to be a problem to anybody. Rather, he wants people's problem to be his problem. And will put his neck on the line. He will put his father's wealth on the line. He will put his reputation on the line. He will put his life on the line for his people. And yet there were saboteurs who sabotaged Ojukwu. There's a man called Joe Ibokwe, who is a commissioner in the Lagos state government, was just talking trash that was coming out of his Chineke gbaragi mmehie. Ebe ahụ nọ na-ekwu okwu na-ekwugide ndị Igbo, ndị Hausa, ndị Yoruba na-ekwu okwu na ihe ndị Fulani na-eme adịghị mma. Gị nwa nwe onye Igbo maka ihe na emere gị commissioner na Lagos state. Anyway, you are not important. Let me discuss other things. So what I'm trying to say is this. When Ojukwu came back, when he was giving pardon, I was at Aba Stadium when Ojukwu was addressing the crowd. I've been following this from childhood. And because of Awolowo's advice, it didn't get lost on Ojukwu, even though Ojukwu respected Awolowo as a good economist, a good financial manager. He said that Awolowo was the best president Nigeria never had. But he also made mention of the fact that Yoruba man has become too Yoruba. He has forgotten he's a Nigerian. So in actual fact, the people who really wanted one Nigeria to progress were the Igbos, as everybody knows. And then there was a systematic execution of a program to see that the Igbo man does not exceed a particular level in the military. If you want to get, in fact, cut-off point into the university in Igbo land was so high, while that of the North, they could even give you just 9.9. If you get 9 points, you're okay. Sometimes even at 7, they were doing educational disadvantage states. I don't know how that became our fault. Where you enthrone mediocrity over merit. That is what you get in Nigeria today. And we did our best to see that this country stands. It has been failing, even though we were disadvantaged from every position. Our people paid for it, believed in it. They never gave them a chance. Igbos, you should be wise. Dele Momodu came and was talking. He said that actually he highlighted things that there should be one Nigeria. He believes that Buhari knows what to do. He was talking about Pastor Igodalo, his very good friend. What Igodalo said is nothing new to what Nnamdi Kanu has been saying since 10 years ago. Go and look at the prophetic utterance he gave, which is in the social media. Why is he advertising that of Igadola or Godala now? Is the truth coming from him? Nnamdi Kanu had said it long ago. Even you, the Igbo man, didn't believe it. It is only now believed because Dele Momodu is saying it, that it comes from his friend. And then as he's talking it, he's there looking for a hope of one Nigeria and then asking, why shouldn't Biafrans agitate for Biafra, seeing that they have been marginalized? No, we are not dealing on issues where you bring Nigeria by the side and put Biafra. This is our project is Biafra, and Biafra also means we are telling other in a kind of a concept that has the concept that has a local pigmentation that is going to take an international coloration. Biafra now goes beyond the Biafran region. It's an ideology that talks about liberating other people that are in bondage, but it starts from us, whom God has given the light. So when we make people understand the need for them to be liberated from political subjection, economic subjection, mental subjection, we want people to be free. That's why when Nnamdi Kanu is talking, he's telling the Middle Belt, wake up. Yorubas, wake up. The Hausas, wake up. Igbos, wake up. You push, use your brain. When he was talking about unity of Nigeria. I was also arguing the case of Biafra. No, sir. Mr. Dele Momodu. Look, I'm not here to challenge you. No. I'm also 61 years old. The point is that, yeah, I agree you have traveled so many places in the whole world, taking honors with this man that has this computer, is it Xenox or Linux or whatever they call him, and all those people you took. Thank God for you. The issue on ground is not the accolades you have received internationally. We're talking about Biafra, the liberation of our people. The spirit to liberate people dwells in Nnamdi Kanu. That is why he has gone beyond this recognition of what somebody has achieved on a personal level. Even though I know Dele was saying it, to counter whoever was talking to him on chat there. But at that point, he was also telling you that he is a force to reckon with. We are not interested in that, because if Nnamdi Kanu wanted to be recognized, he's an intelligent guy. Based on his intellect and what he has read, his background, the school he went, he would have not talked about Biafra. He would have been doing his business and making his money, get all the recognition everywhere in the whole world, and still come to Nigeria a big guy. But true to who he is as a leader, he has jettisoned all these things. All that Nnamdi Kanu wants is liberation of the Biafran people. He's not interested. Whatever he's using his academics to do is for the sensitization of his people, opening their eyes. And not just his people, those that are in the surrounding communities, like the Yoruba people. It is what he has been doing that has culminated into what's going on Igboho is doing today. Nnamdi Kanu has been like an eye-opener. And so anybody that is talking on Facebook that does not bring the Biafra project in focus and begin to tell about Nigeria. Remember, Bishop Kuka said that thing before. And Nnamdi Kanu, I even wrote against what Kuka said. Even before Nnamdi Kanu said, I looked into it, I told him, Kuka is talking about one Nigeria. We're talking about Biafra. One Nigeria is not a project. Nigeria is not working. You Yorubas, you know Nigeria is not working. You know it. Middle Belterners, they have overrun your land. Autumn came up the other day. Dele Momodu was saying that Autumn is supposed to be a professor. What? For giving information of what he heard. When you want to talk about a professor, somebody who is a think tank. Nnamdi Kanu is a think tank. All by himself. He thinks out and begins to tell you things. And he was praising Autumn, the governor of a state, who has enjoyed from the milk of Nigeria. He has a security vote. They killed these people. Now, it's just now that Autumn is waking up. Because if you are woken up earlier, I would have been talking with Nnamdi Kanu long before now. If they hadn't killed the Benue people, if they hadn't killed the people from Plateau State, this man wouldn't be talking. They will be looking at Igbos as rebels. But Ubua Ometotalaha, because they blow so until now. And it pains me that an Igbo man will see and hear all these things and begin to talk trash. Anybody that comes up and begin to, praise Biafra and then bring Nigeria to you, say, hey, God bless you, brother, I'm doing the right thing. You cannot decipher between the lines and read and know what's going on. It's annoying me. And for information, we are not interested in all those people who are, if you're a medical doctor in America, continue in your course, in your duty. Whenever Biafra is realized, you can go home and practice medicine. There are those that are designed to build the hospitals which you will work. Let them stay in their own lane. Don't go and interfere into the Eastern Security Network and try to call the commander. You compromise the security position. And Nnamdi Kanu said it. You see how intelligent that young man is? If you want to give any contribution, go and talk to the designated people. If it is money, give them. If it is advice, talk to them. Then they know how to convey it to the commanders, so that they will not compromise their security position. We don't want it. Listen, in our work against Nnamdi Kanu, you are a wicked man. I'm telling you the truth. God called him to help the Biafrans get their right and be free. And as I'm here, I have my restriction. Listen, 1979, I voted for the first time. I was 19 years old. I voted purely on tribal lines. Because after the war, Ekoha market got burnt. Remember, they gave us only $20, 20 pounds to start with. They reduced us economically to 20 pounds. Hunger was a legitimate weapon of warfare against us. So we lost the war due to hunger, not because of superior firepower or commando experience or invincibility of the Nigerian army. No, it was not. And the consequences of that blocking the flanks made us to cede Bakassi Peninsula to Cameroon. Cross River State is no longer an oil-producing state. The people who backed Biafra very well, especially, I know, were the people from Akwa Ibom State. And all those communities that stood against Biafra during the war are suffering the consequences today. Middle Belt is not there. Government can't even talk. This man from Junkun, he can't talk. This Junkuma, he can't talk. His land has been overrun. Benue State has been overrun. Taraba State, where General T.Y. Danjuma, who has oil block, has been overrun by all these people. Because they conspired against people who were saying the truth. Now the whole truth is coming to the whole world that the Biafrans actually were the people that wanted one Nigeria, not the Hausa Fulani, not even the Yorubas. They only talk of one Nigeria when they know it's going to pay them financially. But to pay the price, that's why when you get up to speak against Nnamdi Kanu, you are my enemy. Listen, Uwazuruke kidnapped this young man, beat him, stripped him naked, beat him very well, poured urine on his head. When he used the DSS, they arrested him and locked him. It was Kemba that went and released him. This Nnamdi Kanu suffered in the hands of the Nigerian government, was locked up for 2 years, separated from his wife and children.